And Donald Trump taking a big step today in foreign policy. Trump sat down for a meeting with former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger, former Speaker of the House and co-author of the brand new book, Rediscovering God in America. Newt Gingrich goes on the record. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good to be with you.
Usually, like Mitt Romney and Sarah Palin and everybody, they all went to kiss the ring on Donald Trump's hand. Today we saw Donald Trump go down and see Henry Kissinger. What's up?
Well, I mean, first of all, Henry's 92, so I think there's sort of a legitimate visiting him to kiss his ring. And, you know, Henry goes all the way back to President John F. Kennedy. I mean, it's amazing how long Henry's been involved in national security issues. I think it's a good thing. I mean, they know each other. They've talked by phone. But this was a good hour-long meeting. And I recently visited with Henry for a couple of hours, and he's still remarkably current and has a lot of very useful insights.
Well, he's been a guest here on the record many times. He's always been fascinating to interview. And see, I'll say, it's just the whole sort of getting into the car, and I guess it was almost like the Bronco chase in O.J. Simpson. The cameras followed Donald Trump crossing Fifth Avenue, headed down to see Dr. Kissinger.
That's part of the phenomenon of being Donald Trump, and part of why he won the nomination so decisively. But also, you know, he's sort of caught in this problem now. Okay, he is going to be the nominee. Should he go listen to really smart people, or is that a sign he doesn't know enough? Well, I think it's a pretty smart thing to recognize that in foreign policy and in national security, there are some people really worth visiting, and Henry Kissinger would be on that list.
All right, Mr. Speaker, moments ago, Donald Trump using the word rape when talking about President Bill Clinton. That was in an interview with Sean Hannity that will air tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern. Mr. Speaker, your thoughts? This was obviously the reference, as I understand it, and I haven't seen the whole interview, is that he was accusing the New York Times not doing much of an investigation when they spent 6 weeks and 2 reporters on him.
Yeah, since I haven't seen the interview and I have no idea what Trump was referring to, I mean, there have been all sorts of allegations, and there have been people who've come out of the woodwork. I always thought it was bizarre that the New York Times decides they're going to take on Donald Trump on his relationship with women, then do such a bad job that the centerpiece of their story goes on TV to say that the New York Times' whole story was a lie, exactly the opposite of what she said. Meanwhile, you have, for example, Clinton took a whole series of trips with a convicted pedophile, including 5 trips where he left behind the Secret Service. And if I were the New York Times, I really wanted to get involved in relating with women. Bill is such a target-rich environment. Why would you even look at Trump?
He's not the candidate. Does that make a difference? I mean, at what point? I mean, how much is Hillary Clinton going to get attacked because of the whatever her husband does to or doesn't do?
Look, he's on the campaign trail. One of the issues that Trump is going to clearly come in on is what Hillary's relationship was, both with Bill and with the women. And there are all sorts of allegations about that. And in addition, it gets into this whole question about treating women. I've pointed out recently, you know, the Clinton Foundation pays men 38% more than women. I mean, you have a whole series of these things where they say one thing over here and they do a totally different thing over here.
All right, let me ask you a quick question. Are you being vetted in any sort of way for this vice presidency? I mean, the FBI called you? Has Trump called you? Nobody's called you.
No one has called me.
Has anyone who works for Trump called you?
Not about that.
No, but I mean, so there's nothing whatsoever.
I talk to the Trump campaign all the time, but we have not a single person has talked to me about being vetted in any way.
All right, Mr. Speaker, nice to see you. No one's talked to me either, but nobody ever talks to me about that stuff. Anyway, thank you.
Can I listen?